Every day, Daisy pours a shot of strong liquor into the old man's eyes, then rubs them to ensure the alcohol is fully absorbed. Her sole purpose for doing this is to test if the old man is truly blind, because every night when Daisy goes to sleep, she feels like someone is peeping at her from outside the room. Not only has a hole been poked in the paper window on the door, but there's also a faint male panting sound outside the room at night. But when Daisy checks, there's nothing out there. However, aside from Daisy and the old man, there's no one else in this house, so Daisy suspects the old man is faking his blindness, then peeping at her in the dead of night while she's sound asleep, and even doing some unspeakable things. However, when the fiery white liquor drips into the old man's eyes, he shows no discomfort whatsoever. Next, Daisy tries another way to test him. While assisting the old man to walk, she intentionally guides him in the wrong direction, and even dresses him in women's clothing to humiliate him. But none of these methods work. The old man behaves exactly like a real blind person. But then, what about the holes in the paper window? As days go by, more and more holes appear on the paper window. Daisy still doesn't believe the fact that the old man is blind. Every day, she tries all sorts of ways to test the old man, but just can't find any flaws. This leads to her not daring to sleep at night. Tonight, the familiar male panting sound comes from outside the room again. Daisy slowly opens the door with a dagger in hand. Seeing no one, she quickly closes it, afraid that something might really barge in and harm her. However, when Daisy turns around, she suddenly finds the old man lying on her bed. The light shining through the holes in the paper window falls right on the old man's blind eyes, looking particularly eerie. Daisy is so frightened that her whole body trembles. She involuntarily closes her eyes. When she opens her eyes again, the old man's figure is no longer on the bed. The back-to-back scares make Daisy furious. She finally musters up the courage, lights an oil lamp, and rushes out the door. Daisy follows the corridor to the old man's door, then pokes a hole in the old man's paper window with her finger. She wants to see what exactly the old man is doing, but it's too dark inside the old man's room, and she can't see anything. So Daisy holds up the oil lamp for a closer look. However, in the next second, something stabs Daisy in the eye. At this moment, the old man's door opens, and the blind old man stands at the doorway, eerily staring at Daisy. Furious, Daisy raises the knife in her hand, and stabs the old man's chin. The old man collapses with a cry, and dies in agony. Just as Daisy is thinking about how to deal with the old man's corpse, there's a knocking sound at the door from the priest. This riveting story comes from a Korean movie called Midnight Horror, 6 Nights.